Somalia underscores the absolute necessity of reaffirming our commitment to this framework and upholding the freedom of navigation while respecting the navigational rights and freedoms of merchants and commercial vessels as emphasized in recent Council resolution. Maritime security is inextricably linked to the sustainable development on land. Poverty, unemployment, and lack of opportunity often serve as significant drivers, pushing vulnerable populations toward the criminal and illicit activities at sea. And insights highlight the multifaceted nature of the challenges at hand and underscores the profound urgency of addressing the evolving maritime security landscape through an enhanced collective response to ensure the safety and protection of international waterways. For Somalia, a nation with the longest coastline of Africa's mainland and situated in a crossroads of the Indian Ocean and the Red Sea, the security and sustainable management of our maritime domain are not merely a policy priorities, they are matters of deep significance for the national and regional stability. The safety of international waterways is a cornerstone of international peace and security and a vital enabler of the global economy. Recent developments have brought renewed attention to the vulnerability of critical maritime checkpoints. These critical routes serve as a major transit paths for global energy flows and movement of goods, including bulk of commodities, agricultural shipments, and manufacturing materials that are essential to global supply of chains. In that regard, I would like to offer the following points. First, upholding international law remains fundamental and the bedrock of maritime governance. United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, and other relevant instruments provide the definitive legal framework for maritime governance applicable to all activities in the oceans and seas, including the regulation of a passage through waterways used for international navigations. Somalia underscores the absolute necessity of reaffirming our commitment to this framework and upholding the freedom of navigation while respecting the navigational rights and freedoms of merchants and commercial vessels as emphasized in recent Council resolutions. We must ensure our maritime domain remains governed by the rule of law with full respect of the sovereignty and territorial integrity of coastal states, which is essential for building trust and ensuring effective actions. Second, we believe effective maritime security requires coordinated, holistic approach to address the root causes. It's imperative to recognize that maritime security is inextricably linked to the sustainable development on land. Poverty, unemployment, and lack of opportunity often serve as significant drivers, pushing vulnerable populations toward the criminal and illicit activities at sea. Among these, illegal, unreported, and unregulated ayuu fishing stands out as devastating transnational crime that depletes vital marine resources, degrades ocean ecosystems, and causes irreversible damage. Addressing these drivers through an African Union's Blue Economy Initiative and the 25th Integrated Maritime Strategy is vital for fostering the long-term stability to eliminate these drivers. Third, capacity building and technology transfers are paramount for effective enforcement. Efforts to address maritime threats are most effective when coastal states possess the necessary surveillance, law enforcement, and judicial capacities as they have primary responsibilities. Strengthening the international cooperation is essential to mitigate the impact of evolving threats, and we must build on existing national, regional, and international initiatives to enhance member states' capacity. Many African countries continue to require sustained tailored support to strengthen their processes. We underscore the importance of tailored training, access to advanced technology, and investment in human and institutional resources as articulated in Lomé Charter. Furthermore, we emphasize the role of the African Union in developing regional maritime components to respond to emerging threats. Fourth, promoting maritime security requires coherent and effective multilateral approaches. Given the transnational nature of these challenges, no single state can address them in isolation. We must strengthen existing frameworks such as UN-Day architecture, which is essential for information sharing and joint operations. While the responsibility of maritime security rests first and foremost with littoral states, it must be supported by a robust international cooperation and partnership that respect the sovereignty and the leadership of those states in the region. Security Council plays a vital role in protecting the freedom of navigation, reinforcing